Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Have you ever wondered what happens when ancient texts literally collide with modern global realities? Well, today we are exploring the academic biography of a figure who has fundamentally revolutionized modern biblical interpretation. We're talking about Reverend Dr. Johnson Thomaskutty. Trust me, it's a journey you absolutely won't want to miss. Okay, let's dive right into this. Dr. Thomaskutty's global academic impact is just staggering. He isn't sitting around analyzing ancient texts in a vacuum. His distinctive contribution really lies in bringing these dynamic, dialogical readings, along with powerful, decolonizing Asian contextual approaches, right to the absolute forefront of global scholarship. It's a real game changer. To understand his impact, here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover 1. The making of a scholar. 2. A global academic career. 3. Decoding Johannine dialogue. 4. Asian context and Thomas. And 5. Awards, books, and legacy. Section 1. The making of a scholar. Analytical skills like his don't just happen overnight. They were forged through a seriously rigorous educational journey. Starting back in 1993 with a BA in Indian history in Kerala, he quickly layered his expertise with a BD in theology at Serampore and then an MTH at Gurukul. And notice this upward trajectory. This momentum led him straight to a TM at Princeton and ultimately a PhD from Radboud University, Nijmegen in 2014. Each degree systematically laid the groundwork for his future methodology. And because of that foundation, you can literally trace his evolution through 5 major scholarly specializations. It's like a perfectly linked chain. His early work on Bible translation sparked his deep dive into Johannine dialogue. That mastery then evolved into a broader literary polyvalence, which empowered his groundbreaking research into the Thomas traditions, and ultimately led him right into his specialization in Asian interpretation. Section 2. A global academic career. His career footprint is honestly incredible. Starting out as a lecturer at Serampore College back in 2001, he went on to spend over a decade at Union Biblical Seminary, rising all the way up to dean. By 2021, his reach became truly global. He took on the role of professor at UTC Bengaluru while simultaneously acting as a research associate at the University of Pretoria. Talk about expanding your horizons. Section 3. Decoding Johannine dialogue. Now, this right here is his most methodologically identifiable contribution to New Testament scholarship. For Dr. Thomaskutty, dialogue in the Gospel of John isn't just characters having a casual chat. No, it's the structural glue of the entire text. It's a major literary mechanism that intricately links the signs, the narrator, the reader, and the metaphors all together. So the crucial point is how he actually analyzes this dialogue. He uses what he calls polyvalent hermeneutics. Sounds pretty academic, right? But it's actually a brilliant multi-layered approach. Instead of reducing a text to just one single meaning, he integrates the micro level, the individual exchanges, the meso level, the specific episodes, and the macro level, the narrative as a whole, all at the exact same time. In his 2015 Brill monograph, he completely transformed how we read these texts. He breaks the dialogues down into highly specific interactions. We're talking glory-focused revelatory dialogues, intense challenge and riposte exchanges, pedagogical teaching moments, and even complex interreligious and forensic dialogues. It really opens up the text in a whole new way. Section 4. Asian contexts and Thomas. Let's move to how this builds, because we see this methodology shine in his Thomas research. You've probably heard the term doubting Thomas, right? Well, Thomaskutty completely shatters that simplistic Western reduction. Instead, he offers a comprehensive reconstruction by placing canonical, apocryphal, and historical Judean, Syrian, and Indian traditions into this dynamic conversation. It creates a far richer, much more inclusive picture of the apostle. And he applies this exact same expansive lens to Asian interpretation in his edited volume, An Asian Introduction to the New Testament. He ensures Scripture is interpreted in direct relation to real-world Asian realities. He's actively grappling with multi-religiosity, poverty and class struggles, the deep impacts of colonialism, discrimination against women, and severe ecological crises. The core argument driving his legacy is profound. As he points out, the Jesus movement originally emerged in Asian geographical and sociocultural worlds. So Asian contexts shouldn't just be treated as an afterthought or a secondary application of Western theology. Decolonizing biblical literature is absolutely foundational to understanding the text itself.
Building on that, his specialization in universalistic readings of John pushes these boundaries even further. He argues that John's gospel has incredible transcontextual power. It communicates far beyond a simple historical there and then, and even beyond a localized here and now, reaching toward a massive, global horizon that speaks to humanity everywhere.
Section 5. Awards, Books, and Legacy. Now, if you want to see what all this research looks like in print, just check out his major books. His output is defined by a relentless pace and serious prestige. We're talking paradigm-shifting monographs published by the most respected presses in the world. Dialogue in the Book of Signs with Brill, St. Thomas the Apostle with Bloomsbury, The Gospel of John, a Universalistic Reading, and an Asian Introduction to the New Testament. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is what's coming next. 2025 marks the highly anticipated release of his Langham commentary on the Gospel of John. This upcoming work is basically the ultimate culmination of his methodologies, brilliantly combining his signature literary analysis with deep Asian pastoral exposition.
And as you might expect, this rigorous output has been met with universal acclaim. His awards and fellowships literally span the globe, from a presidential scholarship at Princeton to grants at Radboud, fellowships at Fuller Theological Seminary and Tyndall House at Cambridge, and being chosen as a majority world representative for the SBL and AAR in 2021. Naturally, his professional memberships reflect his standing in the highest echelons of biblical societies. He is a highly sought-after voice in the SBL, the prestigious SNTS, the Society of Asian Biblical Studies, and the Society for Biblical Studies in India. But, a scholar's true legacy isn't just in their own writing. It's in who they teach. Dr. Thomaskutty is passing the torch by supervising incredibly diverse BD, MTH, and PhD students. His mentorship covers cutting-edge, highly specialized areas, things like post-colonial interpretation, disability studies, and highly nuanced contextual interpretations like meso and tribal historiography. Which leaves us with this final, profound thought to consider. Based on everything we've explored today about Dr. Thomaskutty's decolonized, polyvalent approach, ask yourself, how will reading the ancient scriptures through a rich, diverse Asian contextual lens change the future of global theology? It's a huge question and one that will undoubtedly shape biblical studies for decades to come. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.